In the past few years, I've gotten countless questions on when I'm going to get my swap done. What's taking so long? Why is it that other channels could get a swap done in one day? And I hear you, I really do. I'm trying to do everything in my power to get this done. Alright, let's get this engine pulled out of here, and I feel like I owe it to you guys to get this engine out of here in one video. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, I'm not going to beat around the bush, I'm not going to make this into a 4-part series. By the end of this video, this engine is going to be out of this car. Now, I really couldn't decide on whether I should do voiceover for this video or just kind of let it play out and let you guys watch. But then I thought about it, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to know what's going on, the struggles I came across, and just commentary in general. So let's do the voiceover. As you can see, I pulled out the battery first, starting with all the easy things, removing the air intake box. And it's kind of weird to see a CRX with almost all of its original parts on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the battery tray now, and surprisingly there aren't going to be too many, let me scratch that, there aren't going to be any nuts or bolts that are snapping off on this car. Everything just kind of came right out, which is kind of surprising. Next up, I want to remove the clutch cable. Now, I'm not going to completely take it off of the car because I don't want to deal with the pedal assembly right now. But I just want to get it out of the way, so I'm just going to set it aside. Now I'm going to start taking the brake fluid out of the master because I'm going to start taking off the master cylinder right now. The brake booster could stay in place because it's not going to interfere with pulling this engine out. I'm pretty sure the master is going to start leaking brake fluid on the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and put this cardboard underneath the car right now. And there's this copper line that's going into the master. This thing has always bothered me ever since I got the car. I guess at some point a brake line rusted away, so the previous owner replaced it or repaired it, and he did the best he could with the confined space of just running a new brake line, and it didn't have to be nice as long as it worked, you know, which is okay with me. But just looking at it has always bothered me, so it's nice to finally get this junk off of the car. I want to get the engine harness off of the car. You can see the left side right here is all unplugged and ready to go, and pretty much the same exact thing on the right side. I know it's not necessary to get this engine out that this harness comes off, but I kind of made up my mind, so I'm sticking with it. There's one connector underneath the intake manifold that I'm having trouble getting off. I don't know what the sensor is, but it's a pain in the butt. Let's go in here with a camera and I'll show you exactly what sensor I'm talking about. So this is the sensor right here. It has like this black rubber boot over it. I don't know what it is, but I had a good amount of trouble trying to get this off. I probably spent like 15 minutes on it and then I just gave up because I didn't want to break anything. I guess I'm just going to leave it for now and I'll come back to it later. I'm disconnecting the fuel lines, the feed, and the return. The lines on the fuel filter were pretty tight. I couldn't use a ratchet, so I just busted out the impact gun and they came right off without any issues. And I'm gonna go ahead and lift up the car right now, get it on some jack stands, because I need to start draining out the coolant out of this thing so that I can pull out the full radiator assembly all together with the fan on it. And again, it's weird that the CRX has all of its original panels, so these are the plastic panels that go right underneath the bumper. You almost never see these on a CRX. And now it's time to drain out the rest of the fluid, so I'm going to start with the transmission and then go over to the engine oil. That got pretty dark right there. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just move on. I want to try to get the exhaust off, and looking at the flange right here, you can see these three bolts look like they're relatively new. They might be made out of stainless steel, so that's nice. That means they'll come off pretty easy. And it looks like that did the trick. The classic wrench behind the exhaust manifold. 60% of the time, works every time. And now to deal with the shift linkages. The first one that uses a bolt came off pretty easy, not gonna lie. The second one, I was kind of scared about it because it has a reputation. It has a specific name which I would not call it on my channel. But if you know anything about these old Civics and CRXs, you know exactly what they call this pin. It doesn't want to come off, so I'm just gonna leave it alone and I'll figure something out later. This engine has a total of 4 mounts on it. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the rear and the front mounts.
No fui el primero, ni seré el último, pero sé que lo gozaré. Para serte sincero, un Dios el que te enseñó lo que puedes hacer con mi pie. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Solo tú comes el pastel, con estilo siempre te vas, pero te vienes como un placer. Me dijiste no quiero nada, pero quieres todo.
So it turns out that connector underneath the intake manifold that I couldn't get off, all I had to do was give it a good little yank and it unplugged. Simple as that.
No digamos el pecado, que hay cosas que no se dicen, que la piel tú y yo jugando, baby, para que te dices, y tú solo dices que quieres más, que matemos la curiosidad. Eso es, baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Estamos solitos y eso más de las 12, pegándote bien lento, baby, para que tú goces. No somos algo serio, pero bien si me conoces. Ya, tú eres el antojo de mi vida. Si tanto que te pienso ya no encuentro la salida. Pero no somos nada, nada, girl. Pero no somos nada, nada, girl. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será.
Do you remember when I said I'll figure something out later? It doesn't want to come off, so I'm just going to leave it alone and I'll figure something out later. You see, I did say that. And I figured it out. And now I need to remove the axles off the car. In order to get the axles out, I gotta take the wheels off. In order to take the wheels off, I have to get my welder out from behind the car. In order to get the welder out, I have to get the air compressor out. And in order to, okay, you get the idea. You get where I'm going with this. Now, I really expected all of this to just come apart smooth as butter, because I was in here not too long ago. A lot of this stuff in here is pretty much brand new. And it was coming apart smooth as butter until I got to the lower ball joint. It did not want to separate from the lower control arm on both sides. The driver's side was slightly easier, but boy did the passenger side put up one hell of a fight. And that's both knuckles off of the car. Now I want to try to get the axles out of here. I already tried to remove the passenger side axle and it wasn't coming out. Maybe because the stabilizer link was in a way and I didn't feel like removing that at the moment. But I was able to get the axle out on the driver's side. Surprisingly, it did fit through the wishbone right here. So we are that much closer, guys. This engine is almost ready to come out this car. Right now, the only thing holding this engine in is the 2 bolts on these 2 mounts. So something I didn't realize until it was too late was, I don't know what to call that thing, like the crane on the engine hoist. You see how it's pushed all the way in? Yeah, that was not a good idea. I learned the hard way, but I'm just gonna be quiet now and let you guys watch, because this is quite an epic moment for myself, so I would imagine it's something like that for you. The video is only sped up double its speed, so not by a lot, because I don't want to waste anyone's time, and it hasn't really been edited. I let you guys watch the full engine removal, from it sitting on the mounts to completely coming out. To be honest with you guys, this is the first time I ever pulled the engine out of a car, so it's a big milestone for me and I'm super proud of myself. But this means a lot because it means we can keep pushing forward with this project and we're going to get these videos out a lot faster. So I really appreciate all you guys have been waiting patiently. Well, most of you guys. It's been a few years and yeah, so we're finally going to get this ball rolling. But a lot of you guys also know that I recently moved, and I used to work on cars a lot and post videos of repairs. Well, since we moved, that business, if you will, has pretty much fallen off drastically. Now, don't get me wrong, I still fix cars and I'm still going to be posting videos of repairs, but it's just not going to be as much. So with that being said, whether I like it or not, I pretty much have become a full-time YouTuber. And what I want to try to do is grow my channel a little bit faster. And don't get me wrong, guys, I'm super grateful for all of you, all of my loyal viewers. You guys know who you are. Whenever I drop a video, you guys are always watching, and I cannot thank you enough. Honestly, if it weren't for YouTube, I don't know what I would do, because like I just said, the whole fixing car thing just kind of fell off drastically. And I don't make a lot of money off of YouTube, but the little bit of money that I do make off of you guys watching has really saved me. I wouldn't be able to afford my bills or to just pay the little bit of things that I do have to pay. So I can't thank you guys enough. I'm not asking for donations or anything like that. All I'm asking is that you guys continue to watch. And you guys already know all the typical YouTuber stuff: like, comment, subscribe, share, all that crap. That's all I'm asking. And you guys know I put a ton of work into all my videos. I love making these videos. To me, it's kind of like an art form. So like any artist, when you create something, you want someone to watch it. And that's all I'm asking, is that you guys continue to watch my channel and enjoy my videos.